time for Baseball with the Bard.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here. As you can see, I'm back in my office, and we are back to our Sunday of Baseball with the Bard. And after this, Cross and Wrestling Entertainment, I'll be back on that one too, folks. Tyler, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, it is good to be back on Sunday morning. Happy to be here, that's for sure.
We got the New York Yankees coffee mug here ready to go. I have my Yankees hat on standby and a surprise hat on standby for a segment, but we'll get to that in a minute.
A surprise, you say?
A surprise. One thing that's not a surprise is that we stream on Facebook, YouTube at Bard and Cross Entertainment, and Twitch at _Tbard_. I upped my subscription yesterday. I hadn't been subscribed for a little bit because the summer happened. Didn't really have time to watch.
You weren't really around all that much.
Nope. So I was on yesterday, though, so I made sure I took care of that through February. So we are good to go on the _Tbard subscription. So make sure you check us out on all of those amazing platforms as we get started here with some baseball. And we're going to kick it off with some big news here. A lot of pop. Miggy.
Literally.
His 500 home runs in his career. So I will applaud Miguel Cabrera. Much respect, much class there. Last week, the Tigers designated hitter Miguel Cabrera made history and hit his 500th career home run. He is the 28th player to do so in baseball history. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. That's a pretty insane number.
500. It seems like 500 is like, that's not that many. No, like 500 is a ton. And he's only the 28th player to do that. Only 28 in the entire existence of Major League Baseball. And he joins some of these amazing names here. He joins 27 others, including Barry Bonds, who has the all-time record at 755 home runs. Babe Ruth, 714. Alex Rodriguez at 696. Albert Pujols with 677. And that man's still playing, folks.
He's still climbing.
Yep. Reggie Jackson at 563, Manny Ramirez at 555, David Ortiz at 541, and now Miguel Cabrera, who as of today has 501 home runs. So congratulations to Mr. Miguel Cabrera, making history over there with the Detroit Tigers. I mean, he's had a great legacy of a career. It's a shame he plays for that team. But
how dare you? The Tigers have had a very illustrious last 20 years. They are multi-time division champions. Thank you very much. And they've been to 2 World Series in that span of time. Listen, how many have the Yankees been to in the last 20 years? Yeah, shut up.
I'm just saying in general. They haven't won one. It's just like we're going to have another Mike Trout situation over here.
But they're having an incredible 20 years. Listen, you can't have – that's like saying the Rays have had a shitty 20 years. The Rays have been good for the last 20 years.
I'm just going to sip this.
Listen, you can be the hater all you want. Your haterade usually fuels teams because you hated on the Yankees for the last 2 weeks, and now look. So be a hater all you want.
Not last 2 weeks, the beginning of the season, along with literally everybody else besides you. So
your haterade fuels people.
No, the Tigers aren't going to do anything this season, at least.
Maybe not this season, but something's coming.
Miguel Cabrera has hit this marker. He's far from the all-star player that I would say that he was. His biggest home run year was in 2012, where he hit 44 home runs, which was a major league leading, 139 RBIs, major league leading, and a batting average of 330, major league leading, a slugging of 606, spoiler, major league leading, an OPS of 999.
It's almost like he hit for the Triple Crown that year. Yeah. Oh, wait.
It's like the quadruple crown. I mean, that's crazy. He had quite the year that year, obviously, in 2012, and that was the last time he hit that many home runs. Obviously, it's gone down since then. 2018, he hit 3. 2020, he hit only 10, and this year he's up to 14. So not a ton, but also it's a good amount. And he had his best days, so there's that. Speaking of having their best days, I was recently look at that picture. I was recently in DC, and hold on, Tyler, can you take that down for a minute?
I'm sorry.
Game.
What the hell is that?
I went to the Washington Nationals game, and I got myself this beautiful Washington Nationals hat. I mean, look
Gross.
Listen. No, look at this logo.
Why do you want to infect your skull like that?
That is so cool. The capital with the
But
W
like
and the
this,
stars. So I was there and I saw a program. You know how you go to baseball games?
Man, I wish I had that picture.
Well, I might be able to get it to you.
Send it over Facebook. Send it over Facebook.
I saw a program. All right, I just got it here. I'm going to send it over Facebook real quick. And I was in line to buy this hat actually at the in this team store, and I just started laughing when I saw this. And I was with Coach because Coach lives in DC. He was who I went to hang out with. I just sent that over.
Oh, it's coming. It ain't here yet.
And I started laughing, and Coach was kind of like, "What's so funny?" And I was taking a picture of this program, and I literally looked at it and I said, "Dude, they have nothing left after this." So the program is titled 2021 Yearbook, and you'll see it in a second. There it is. Awesome. And as you can see, it's Juan Soto, who is still there, still representing, along with Trey Turner and Max Scherzer, whose faces were everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
On the facade still.
As they should be. And yes, this is the first year that they're gone. They were traded to the Dodgers, is what we're saying here. But we talked.
It just reminds me of like that scene from Moneyball where they're taking down all of the massive posters of all the players they traded away.
Yes, exactly what happened.
Giambi and all those guys just gone. Yep. You know, that's what that feels like.
So last week we talked about this insane trade and basically why it happened. And I said I was going to explain, but I kind of talked about it last week as to where they weren't going to get anything. They weren't going to pay Scherzer. The Nationals weren't going to pay Scherzer, and the Nationals weren't going to pay Turner because they knew themselves they weren't going to be doing anything anytime soon. So it would just be a waste of money. They have Juan Soto to keep asses in seats, and he's cheap because he's still in arbitration. Even though he's a stud, he's still in arbitration. So
right. So they're not going to get rid of him anytime soon.
No. Let's look at his contract real quick because I'm pretty sure he's in arbitration for like 4 years or something insane like that. I mean, he's making a decent amount for being in arbitration. Yeah. He's in arbitration until 2024, and he's only making $8.5 million right now. That's it.
Oh, is that all?
That's it. And he's literally he's the face of the team. I mean, but again, he's still in arbitration, and that's why arbitration is kind of weird in baseball. But you can bet your ass that the second he's a free agent, they will unload the dump truck of money to this motherfucker. As I said, I think he's gonna have the largest sports contract in baseball in sports history. We talked about that before. All they have left is Juan Soto, but that's a good thing. Did you get that video, Tyler, of that amazing homer he hit off of Justin Verlander?
Oh, God, yeah. Let me get down to it. We have so many pictures for today. I just got to scroll to it. Here it is.
Juan Soto. That is hit in the air to right and way out of here. Wow. And now Soto carries his bat down to the first base coach, Tim Bogart. And Juan Soto has just gone deep, and the Nationals take the lead 3-2 in the fifth.
That's not someone that you're ashamed to have on your team.
Absolutely not. So sure, all they have left is Soto, which is a fact. Like, that's it. But that is a damn good player to have there, and I just hope he doesn't leave. I think they're going to pay him. They offered Bryce Harper the money, he didn't take it. So we'll see where that goes. But that game there and that series there, that World Series, is where my love for the Nationals spawned from. So when I was going, I said we have to go to a game. We had amazing seats right above the dugout, the Nationals dugout. Soto kept coming to the dugout to get water because he was playing right field that day. It's like he would like in between at bats, he would just turn around and jog over to the bullpen. Like they would talk and they would throw water bottles over the top for him, and he would drink water and throw it back. It was great. So there you have it, folks. The Nationals. It's funny to see that program. Like I said, I just started laughing, and I was just kind of like, geez, this team is in shambles at the moment without their two guys. But what are you going to do? Speaking of being in shambles, the transitions are just easy. That's a good way to put it there, Fernando. The Padres.
Tatis put it pretty simply here.
There was an article that I stumbled upon yesterday, and it said the Padres wanted the World Series. Will they make the playoffs? Yeah, at the beginning of the season. Once one of the most exciting teams in baseball, but now sputtering badly. Produced the type of victory on Saturday that its players had been craving, one they hoped signaled that the tide was finally turning, but it's not. The Padres, who are 69-51, are going to recover in time to make the playoff. It's going to take a dramatic turnaround as they are now third in their division behind the Dodgers and San Francisco Giants. They are now 69-61, as we said, 15 games out of first place and 2 games out of the National League wild card. And that's the second one.
God, man.
Dude, what the hell happened?
Yeah, an absolute implosion. You know, the Red Sox are skidding, but these guys are sliding. There's a difference between like you're digging your heels in and you just fucking your feet left the ground and you're sliding down the hill. That's what's happening to the Padres right now. And it's sad to see, you know, they were the team at the beginning of the season who I chose to be our World Series champions. And I think it would have been a smarter decision for me to stick with the White Sox at this point.
White Sox playing good ball.
So I'll take a half credit if the White Sox end up winning.
The craziest part is, Tyler, do you know who is in that second wild card spot who just snuck in there and we're going to see in this funny TikTok that we saw?
Well, the TikTok doesn't work, Noah, unfortunately. The TikTok doesn't come through.
It was, I'm just going to show it on my phone and hold it up to the
screen. If you can show it on the screen, that would be fine. Unfortunately, someone put an ownership claim on it, so I couldn't pull the video.
It's phenomenal, folks. Here, hold on. Let me get this queued up.
See if you can get it up for yourself. Or it was on Instagram, I think, is probably why. It was probably a private profile that I wasn't following.
Oh, yeah, you could see. So, folks, I imagine if you've been watching any type of social media, you've been seeing the milk crate challenge.
Why is that a thing?
Tyler, I have no idea. Do you know
I hate
why?
it.
You know why I think it's a little popular? Because Snoop Dogg posts every single video he finds of it on his Instagram, and people.
Okay.
So that's probably why. It's a good way to die.
Right. Good way to break your neck.
Yeah. So people posted this, and you could see the San Diego logo right there.
Up he goes. Made it. Oh shit.
Look at the Reds. I'll do it one more time. The Reds running by is this my favorite part because the milk crates say NL wild card.
Yeah.
And then the Reds just sneak by like, hey, let's go.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And hello to our viewers, by the way. We have a good amount of people joining us in the comments today. Julian, Haas, Courtney, welcome on in and thank you. Remember, guys, you can share your opinions, please. We challenge us. We want to be challenged. Tell us when you think we're right. Tell us when you think we're wrong, especially when Noah's wrong. Because
shut your mouth.
What's what? What?
Courtney, what do you think of the Padres' dramatic slide here? They suck now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see what's happening with those Padres.
I mean, I think it's kind of funny. But that's all I'll go. Oh, NCTM7, thanks for joining us in the chat.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, he's a weirdo. He's crazy. So, yeah, the Padres, poor Padres. Well, hey, one guy who's not missing much is Miguel Sano, who hit a 495, Tyler, foot home run the other day against. I mean, it doesn't matter who against. That's the Red Sox, which is, I was like, that's cool. We would have put it in who regardless of who it was against. 490. Maybe if it was against Cole, I probably wouldn't put it in. But,
no, just look at this damn thing. Hold on.
Launched to left.
All right, let's just stop for 1 second. Holy shit. When he hit that thing, I was like, God damn. Yeah, let's just one more time. Run it back.
Launched to left field, very deep, and gone. Miguel Sano cleared the billboard in deep left center field, and it's a 2-0 Twins lead.
Hanging breaking balls go a long way, and this ball went a long way. Those people up on top of monster seats are thinking maybe we got a shot at a home run ball, but they never imagined, I don't think, a ball would actually go over their heads in that spot.
No, and not only did he hit it out of Fenway Park, he hit it out of Fenway Park to the deepest part of the field. 495. And Courtney in the comments saying, sheesh, she's 100% right. What a massive bomb. That's one of those off the bat where like you just sit back down. It's like, oh, wow.
Yeah, he hit the shit out of that thing, man. That was like you said, the second it left the bat, like I saw a 495-foot home run, and I was like, "Holy cow, let me look at this." And I logged.
Yeah, how? Yeah.
Oh, that's how. Like that pitch was just like that's a pitch that I get in MLB The Show, and I'm just like, oh, like I just fall back in my chair. Yeah, like I pray for hanging curveballs, and he hung the shit out of that, and he hit the shit out of that. I mean that thing was smoked.
Yeah, no, that was impressive. We just had to include that somewhere in here because holy cow, what a smack. Yeah, we just wanted you guys to appreciate it with us.
Yes. As baseball fans appreciate greatness. Anyway,
of course.
Speaking of things that are not so great, we have a new segment called What the Ump, folks. Let us know in the comments what you think of the name of this segment. What the Ump, because as you know, umpires be tripping sometimes. And I had originally
sometimes
a lot, especially this guy. Terry Francona is quoted, who's the manager of the Cleveland Indians, is quoted in saying to this
which feel better, please, Terry. Terry is out with some legitimate sickness right now, so hopefully he comes back very soon.
All the best to Mr. Francona. Great manager, real good manager.
I miss him.
Yeah, I bet you do. Anyway, what the ump, folks. Yes, that ump be tripping is right, Courtney. Angel Hernandez there on your screen, folks. He is one of the more notorious umpires, and along with Joe West. And one time, Terry Francona was arguing with Angel Hernandez, and he said to him, and I quote, "Why do these things always happen when you're here?" As in like crazy plays or ridiculous calls. And Angel Hernandez threw him out of the game. And Terry Francona was just like, whatever. He was like, whatever. I'm just going. But he said, Terry Francona looked at him straight face, just goes, "Why do these things only happen when you're here?" To Angel Hernandez. And that's the truth. Like all this craziness happens. So when I thought I wanted to do this segment, it was because 2 days ago, the Yankees, who were playing the Athletics, the home plate umpire was having some awful strike calls. Like the ball was like 3 inches off the plate. He rung up Giancarlo Stanton. He rung up Judge, and Boone was pissed. So in the second inning, he argued with him, and Boone got tossed. Like if you're a manager and you're going to argue balls and strikes, you have to do it early. Like you can't wait until the 5th or 6th inning. Like if you're going to do it, you got to do it. So he did. Second inning, Boone went out there. It didn't tighten up because they were chirping at him from the dugout in the first. Boone went out there, got tossed. After Boone got tossed, the umpire tightened up, and it actually was. He was fine the rest of the game. And Michael Kay even said it's like he actually is doing much better now. Like it's weird. Like I don't understand. Yes, exactly. But he had to argue early. If he didn't, it just doesn't. It's kind of like, all right, now you're just mad you're losing, or you're mad because the score is tied or something like that. However, yesterday,
that's nothing.
Yesterday, it was much, much worse. The Yankees game, the 4th inning, the third base umpire in the Yankees Athletics game yesterday had a very rough 4th inning. First, he called a balk on Nestor Cortez Jr., who was the left-handed pitcher. Now, if you're listening or watching this and you don't understand why that's odd, is when you call a balk, you have to be able to see the pitcher's motion towards the plate. When you're the third base umpire and there's a left-handed pitcher, the pitcher's back is to you if there's a runner on base. And there was a runner on first base. So you can't tell which way he's motioning if he's trying to go towards home plate, which would be this way. If you're looking at me this way, as you're a first base umpire, you'll be able to see that motion towards the plate. Because a balk is when you motion towards the plate and you look like you're going to throw the pitch to the batter, and then you stop. That's a balk because you can't fake them out, because it's almost like the batter doesn't know what to think and the runners don't know what to think. So you can't fake them out. You have to follow through with your motion. The third base umpire called a balk. Usually when there's a balk, the home plate umpire and either the third or first base umpire, sometimes second base, call it. Like it's multiple people, like balk, 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 and they'll call it all sporadically at the same time. However, yesterday, the only motherfucker in the stadium to see the balk was the third base umpire. Nobody else. The home plate umpire was just like, the fuck? The first base umpire, nothing. The man, even most of the time, even the managers in the dugout will be like, "Oh yeah, he fucking blocked. What the fuck?" And even Nestor Cortez Jr. himself. And a lot of the times, what'll happen, Tyler, you've seen it. There's a balk, and the pitcher puts his head down. He's like, "Fuck!" Like he knows he did it.
Right.
Nestor Cortez Jr. picks off the first base, the guy calls a balk, and he's just like, "What the fuck happened?" And Anthony Rizzo's just like, "Wait, what?"
He's like, "All right, cool.
Why?" So that put the runner in second base, right? Which was Starling Marte, who has not been caught stealing yet this season. Starling Marte Next, who's on second base does this. And we're going to let this play through all the way to the end because there were 2 more blown calls with this third base umpire after this moment. So let's watch it.
Gomes line shot to LeMahieu. They fire back to third. Got him. And now Kotze is going to argue with Will Little. What a play by LeMahieu. And, hey, positioned perfectly and a smash. And LeMahieu alertly fired to third to double off Marte. But the A's are checking out. And now the A's want to take a look at it.
Gomes does what he's supposed to do. Hits the ball hard up the middle. But there's a man standing there because of the shift. And LeMahieu makes a great play, and from his knees makes a great throw. I don't know if he was even on the base there. He wasn't even on the bag there.
The throw got there, I think, ahead of Marte, but watch Odor's foot. See, it leaves the bag there, and it never returns to the bag. So I think Marte's definitely going to be safe.
No, if you can't see the play, and it's right in front of you, that's a little different.
And listen, I mean, I think he's going to be called safe. The call's going to be overturned, and Aaron Boone may lose his mind here.
Yeah, I think so.
But it is the right call.
It is the right call. Let's turn the mics off behind the plate because we know when he loses it, he may say anything. And for you kids at home, don't you repeat what you may hear.
So he was called out. You know, see, the foot is never on the bag when Odor catches it, and Marte clearly got his foot back. So I'm actually surprised that it's taken this long. I don't even know what do you need to see more than
Cortez is cracking up out there. He's enjoying himself because he knows.
Now we've shown a couple replays, Ben. And shouldn't this take about 10 seconds?
Like 10 seconds. Safe, right? Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We may have reached an all-time low, folks. Bob Melvin immediately out of the dugout. And that may be the new worst call I've seen that doesn't get overturned. Bob Melvin has been tossed.
That's pathetic.
That is literally what they just said is that may be a new low for blown calls in the MLB. That was the MLB taking the side of this umpire crew who fairly was being bullied by both teams. And just saying, you know what? Fuck him. He's out. That is what it felt like. Was New York was like, nah, fuck you. He's out.
Yeah. So
that didn't stop the bullying, though.
Hold on, though. Just before that, Starling Marte did steal third, which is why he was on third. So the balk was from first, right? The umpire, third base umpire, got the call wrong on the steal. He called him safe when he was out by at least 3 inches. However, the Yankees had already used their challenge, and it was another close, so they couldn't use it again.
Yep.
And that one was more blatant. And Michael Kay was even like, all right, well, they blew it, but whatever. Then even Michael Kay, after that play, when they called him out, he even said, and him and what was his name? I can't remember his name.
I mean, you guys have 76 announcers, so I'm not sure.
Michael Kay, he even said to John Sterling, he was like, dude, that was bad. Like he said, and he even said on the air, I know that benefited the Yankees, but that was just wrong. Like he even said, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like that is just bad. That is just bad. And you notice Nestor Cortez laughing when he called him out.
Oh man, he was. Nestor Cortez was now just like, this game is in the palm of my hands. Yeah, I'm gonna go and have a great time.
What?
Who can I fuck with?
So then after that, Nestor Cortez was already getting under their skin, obviously, because he's like, this guy's ridiculous. Like, I'm done here. Nestor Cortez went for another pickoff later in that inning because there was another man on first base, and this happened after he went for that pickoff.
There's the throw to first. How much different was that?
Did Nestor look back at third base after he threw the ball to first?
Now Randazzo didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he did.
Wow. Randazzo didn't like it.
Take a look at what's been going on with Nestor Cortez called for a balk here. And actually it was the third base umpire that called it. That led to a run. Nestor didn't agree. Now, in the fourth inning, he's going to throw over the first base to check on the runner. And then quickly look at the third base umpire. And Tony Randazzo, the crew chief, and the home plate umpire say, hey, that's enough of that.
That is amazing.
Oh,
that is the kind of toxic energy that we love to see towards umpires on Baseball with the Bard. That first balk, questionable.
Yeah, it was questionable.
No one called it, so the third base umpire was on a power struggle there and just decided to be like, I'm smart, you're not, dumb poop, you lose. And then this, good old Nestor. Listen, this is pathetic. I absolutely love the home plate umpire coming out like he's like the principal of an elementary school. Like, enough. We've had enough. I'm like, oh my God, please.
It'd be more like, excuse me.
Yeah.
No.
Excuse me.
No.
I need to speak to your manager, please. He was so upset. But guys, what the ump is something that I would like to continue moving on with Baseball with the Bard.
Every week, there's a Twitter
Please
page.
submit stuff to us, man. We'd love your opinions.
If you see stuff, send us stuff. There's also a Twitter account called MLB Umpire Auditor.
Oh, fantastic.
Maybe I'll send him a DM and say we want to do one of his tweets every episode or something, and maybe he can we'll collaborate or something. But
that'd be great.
He posts daily a bunch of stuff. He talks about Joe West missed a strike call by 5 inches the other day.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And all those things. So it was great to see. I mean, it's funny. Yeah, like I said, yesterday just topped everything that happened throughout the whole week, and that's what we'll do. We'll find the worst one from the week. But yesterday was real bad, and that was all in the same inning too. That was just bad. But think of things that aren't bad and that are actually pretty great. Are all of the cool things happening over at Clover Crest Media. So let's check it out.
The Crossum Wrestling Entertainment Podcast, presented by Clovercrest Media, is what you AEW fans have been looking for. Noah Cross and Tyler Bard give their take on every week's episode of Dynamite. If you are a massive AEW fan, then it is time to join us every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Stay Crossum.
Clovercrest Media Group presents a CMG podcast, Keys to the City.
Keys to the city, baby. When you see us, so you know.
Crossed up by Kobe, little floater to Shaq, and then Shaq goes like this, and the rest is history. Pay attention. Don't tell me what to do, devil woman. But speaking of those Lakers, but I hold on. But I didn't make my. I said Denver's gonna win. Yeah, you did. You said that. There's no other show like that. Clovercrest is doing great things right now.
Streaming everywhere.
Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
It's off to Leonard. Defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
High fly ball, right field. Grossman back. Track. Wall. See ya. Into the second deck. A grand slam the other way for Aaron Judge. And the Yankees are pouring it on.
For the latest news throughout the sports world, tune in to Sports Talk with R&J every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Attention all basketball fans. CMG Sports presents the Posting Up Podcast, where Lucas Boldick, Sean Scanlon, and King Zay discuss the latest news and topics throughout the NBA. So, if you have a love for basketball, make sure you check out the Posting Up Podcast, live every Tuesday and Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Also available for download on every podcast platform.
The college football season is coming back, and we got you covered on every game. We're breaking it down on each snap all season long. Catch us every week starting on August 4th. Joe Aguirre, Sean Scanlon, Jace Garcia, and yours truly, Obi Muniz, giving you the highlights, predictions, and current rankings. Visit our website at hhwshow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's All Four Downs, part of the CMG Sports Podcast Network.
Goodbye.
Jesus Christ. You animal.
Hey, come here. Come here. Goodbye. That's 2 gone, Drew. I've murdered 2 already. No! You bitch! Get off my friend! Come here! Come here! Get off my stage! Let's go! Let's go, Drew! Let's go! Let's go, Drew!
Everybody! Now stay away from me. Now stay away
Drew!
from me.
No.
No.
Drew, I've worked so hard for this, Drew. Did you extend your arms? Get out of here.
I didn't extend my arms at all. I bumped into you.
I had to cut it off a little bit there at the end. Drew said some not so nice things to me for no reason. No reason whatsoever.
Uncalled for. Definitely uncalled for.
Guys, make sure if you are not already following us over on Twitch, we are approaching the 400 follower mark. Noah, when we started this podcast, I didn't even have a Twitch. And I started my Twitch on December 7th. And it is what is today? The 29th? August 29th. We are approaching 400 followers on Twitch. It is tbard_. That is all you have to look for on Twitch if you are looking to join in on the podcast, the games, the game shows, the live reaction videos that we are doing. And I would like to do some, Noah, for the postseason baseball, as well as the Crossum Wrestling Entertainment Media. So make sure you guys join us on Twitch every once in a while. I don't have a set schedule yet, just starting a new job full time. So once I figure that out, we will get back to a set schedule. But Noah, let's get back to baseball, shall we?
Yes, sir. 1000%. This is unless you want me to do this one, because
Oh Lord, I mean, I'll take it from here. It's all right. We can. The obituary will be at the end. So thank you, Courtney. What a poor sport that Drew is, right? Man, I took everyone out on the stage and Drew, and he had to cry about it. I don't know. I think it was uncalled for by Drew. But you know what? Let's start with a high moment, shall we? Let's watch this really quick so we can all feel good about the Red Sox for a little bit.
Nick Gordon to lead things off, center fielder for Minnesota.
Yeah. It's just, just to talk. I told him I'd talk to him after this series.
One of the best curveballs I ever saw.
Oh, my goodness.
Swung on and missed. He strikes him out. Gordon down. And that is 4 Ks in the book already for Chris Sale. Simmons batting just .220.
And then you come back with that changeup? Wow.
Fouled off 0-2. Not an easy question either with those 3. 95 to strike him out. Back-to-back Ks here in the 3rd inning for Sale.
And there's that pitch again. Fastball up in the zone.
Rev Snyder now. He whiffed to begin the ball game. He looks at a strike. That's a slider. Quickly 0-2. So Chris Sale has thrown in this inning, folks, 8 strikes. And he has 2 down. Trying to put away Simmons. And he got him. An immaculate inning for Chris Sale. 1, 2, 3 they go. We just saw Chris Sale complete an immaculate inning. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, and he has done that 3 times now as a member of the Red Sox.
God, that was nuts, Noah.
Props.
I can't even believe that he's been as good as he has been coming out here. What do you think about him so far? I've been pretty impressed. Since returning, he's 3-0 with a 2.35 ERA. He's, as you coined, the savior of the Sox. Do you think it's that serious?
Yes, absolutely. Everything else from a fundamental standpoint, as you'll get into in a minute, has fallen apart in Boston when it comes to baseball. And Chris Sale is saving that. And I have a text conversation here between my friend Sean and I, my friend Sean, he likes baseball. I wouldn't say he follows too much. Chris Sale is that guy still. Absolutely. I agree 100%. And he knows I'm a big Yankees fan. And he said, I'm sure you saw this. He sent me the video of Sale's immaculate inning. He said, I just want your take. And I said, absolutely impressive. Sale has come back firing on all cylinders, unlike the rest of the team. An immaculate inning is extremely rare. Sure, the team he's facing sucks. Still almost impossible to fathom. It's very easy to foul off a pitch and extend an at-bat. Avoiding the wood is no small feat. I'm impressed. So that's my take on Chris Sale right now. He's killing it.
He really is killing it. It's exciting to see this guy come back, and you see Dylan in the comments saying that he is indeed still that guy. So it is definitely good to see Chris Sale back in his form. Thank God, because I was nervous that he might come back and we get someone completely different. But you know what? We could just, not talk about the records, or maybe just for a little bit.
I'll get to the Yankees segment. Oh, I was going to talk about the records in that one.
Oh, yikes. The Red Sox record is now in line for the second wild card with a record of 75-56. That's 6.5 games behind the first place Rays. Well, 7 now, I think, is how the math works out. With 2 games behind the second place Yankees. So not out of it by any means. Anything can happen, but the way they are trending, they're just not looking all that great. The Boston Globe writer Alex Speyer came out saying that many of the pre-All-Star break wins were close. The Sox record was based on an outrageous number of comebacks, and they had trailed at some point in 28 of their 54 wins, and half of their wins, 27 of 54, had all been won on 1 or 2 runs, Noah. I mean, baseball. Oh, wrong picture. Sorry. Baseball is a crazy sport, but that's some wild numbers. Yeah, who put those standings there? That's right, Courtney. I don't know. That was a mistake. We don't want to look at those. And he went on to say that the bullpen has sprung a leak and that the pitching staff is falling apart. I mean, it doesn't get any more straightforward than that. The pitching staff and the rotation have been just abysmal. Over the last 28-game stretch that started with a loss in Anaheim July 6th, the rotation has an ERA of just under 6, 5.78. They're the 4th worst in the MLB. The Red Sox have gotten just 3 quality starts and just 4 outings of at least 6 innings. Their starters are averaging just under 4 2/3 innings in that time. And the 28, that's 28th in the majors. So thank God for their good start, or they would be in the pound right now.
Oh yeah.
So they definitely have to recover, because guys like Barnes, unfortunately, just aren't getting it done. With Matt Barnes, especially, his strikeout drop rate is almost half of what it was back in the early years. It was at 44 or early months, I should say. It was 44.6% through July to 26.7% now, which is literally half as good as he was doing at that time. And Adam Ottavino has gone from 27.1% strikeout rate to 22.7%, which isn't horrible. Ottavino has been getting his ground balls where he needs them. But they're definitely slumping there. And even the lineup that's full of big dogs, like the guys you see on the screen here, Devers and JD and Bogarts, they're kind of going down too. I don't know what it is to account for it. The trio of Devers, Martinez, and Bogarts hasn't been horrible. Devers is doing 266 with an 864 OPS. Martinez is 263 with an 816 OPS. They've been respectable since the 6th of July, and Bogarts has, that damn wrist injury has been such a nag. And obviously, you're going to account for that with your mechanics and your swinging, Noah, because batting is 50% in the wrists. So he has struggled and is holding a 241 average with a 719 OPS during that period. The Sox are averaging just below 4 runs per game since July 6th. A team that was held to 4 or fewer runs less than half of the time, 48%, through 86 games, has been contained 19 times during its current 11-17 stumble. I mean, what in the world happened to these Red Sox, Noah? I mean, I really can't point to one thing. It almost feels like a morale issue. Do you have any explanations on a scenario that would lead to the Red Sox remaining in playoff contention?
Right now, they're in possession of the second wild card spot by 3.5 games over the Athletics. As long as the Athletics are facing the Yankees, that's not going to change. Anyway,
yikes!
I had to.
Yikes.
So the biggest thing here is if you have to look at the Red Sox schedule, and it does not get easier after this week. They just got off of a series with the Rangers, which was good for them. They took that series 2-1. They were supposed to have 4 games, but one of them was postponed. They'll make that up later. They faced the Twins, where they took that series 2-1. Now they're facing the Indians. They're going to win that series 2-2. Who knows? It could be 3-0. It could be 2. They could sweep today. We don't know yet. However, then
Yikes.
It gets really hard because they have a 4-game set with the Rays, and then they face Cleveland again, and then they have a 3-game set with the Rays.
With no days off.
No days off. They have to play 7 games against the Rays to end the season. That's rough.
That's wild, dude. So we have that. Then we go to Chicago to play the White Sox. Then Seattle.
Yep.
And then Baltimore, easy wins. We got the Mets. That'll be fun. Yankees, that is a massive series.
Here's the thing,
and then finish with Baltimore and Washington, which should be 6 wins.
I'll be honest. I don't think the Yankee series is going to be massive because I think the Rays are just going to push and pump them into the ground.
Oh, you think?
I think by the time
how many? You think they take at least 5 of those games? The Rays?
Yeah. And by that point, by the time they get to the Yankees, I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, the Red Sox have their work cut out for them, honestly. So they know what they need to do. They need to come out swinging those damn bats these next 20+ games and prove that they can stand with our next segment, the New York Yankees.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me don my Yankees cap for this segment. Oh boy, I usually don't like to wear, and Tyler knows how I am with this. Same with like a wrestler. If a wrestler loses a match, I don't want to wear their gear. If the Yankees lose a game, I can't wear it the next day. I gotta wait.
He's a big baby.
It's like a superstition thing. And I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. Thank you, Michael Scott. Anyway, the New York Yankees. Early in this season, many, including myself, counted the Yankees out, period. They were abysmal. They were once in a 15-game hole from first place, folks. They were bad. They were just bad. And it's just like the Yankees earlier, stacked up lineup and couldn't score runs. Exactly it, Courtney. You said it. The team was an absolute mess that was very hard to watch. Now they are surging towards the top of the American League East. After doing exactly what they needed to do and sweeping the Red Sox just 2 weeks ago, the Yankees moved into the number 1 slot for the American League wild card. They are now 76-53 and have certainly turned things around. They just got off of a 13-game win streak, which was the longest streak since 1956. They lost yesterday to the Rays, which is no big deal. What is the cause for this surge? And in all honesty, they're having the exact opposite effect of the Red Sox.
Right.
The Red Sox, it looks like the wheels are falling off the bus. The Yankees looks like they realized they had holes in their tires. They pulled over at a town fair tire, got new ones, and now they're cruising. That's what it seems like is happening with the Yankees. Their starting rotation has been absolutely on point.
Thank God for Cole, man. Holy, dude. Finally.
Cy Young, Tyler? American League Cy Young? Who's going to get it in the American League then? If not him.
I don't think anyone's going to give it to him because of how his reaction to the sticky substances.
Maybe. I can still see him getting it, though. Cole has a 2.80 ERA on the season. He is the first pitcher to reach 200 home runs. 200 home runs. 200 strikeouts, apologies. I was like, yeah, that's impressive for a pitcher.
Yeah, good job.
In one season, that's better than any player ever. Courtney asked a question there. Can you put that back up real quick?
Oh, yeah.
That also tied the longest win streak of the season. I think the longest is 15. Give me.
I think as he was looking something up, Noah may have crossed out of the production by accident there. But yeah, Cole has been absolutely smoking it right now. As he said, he's the first pitcher this year to reach 200 strikeouts and the first pitcher to 13 wins. An absolute beast of a season so far. He has been showing up more than some of the other players have been. So it's good to see someone like Cole picking it back up where he was last season. Did you find your answer?
Sorry, I didn't mean to leave. I just hit the wrong thing. And
no, I have done that plenty of times.
You are correct, Courtney. Actually, they did match the longest streak. Who else has the 13 games? Oh, of course, I have to subscribe to get that one. I am a member of the
Athletics. Well, all you have to know is there is someone else who did it.
I actually think it's the Oakland Athletics.
Anyway. Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Yes, Garrett Cole has been amazing. First pitcher this season hit 200 strikeouts. Did you show the tweet?
Yeah, it did. Unfortunately, it's a corrupted file, so that won't go on the screen either.
We love those. So, and he's the first pitcher to 13 wins, which is epic. Garrett Cole has obviously been killing it. He has been helping a ton and keeping this team surging towards the top. Nestor Cortez, as we just talked about, Jr., once a bullpen pitcher in the back end of the bullpen, now a solid standing point in the Yankees starting rotation, has a better ERA than Garrett Cole at 2.77, which I think is just funny. Jordan Montgomery pulling his own as a 3.69 ERA, keeping his team in it. A weird stat.
Yeah, he's solid though. He's solid though. Yeah, that's high. That's high from being earlier in the season.
Yes,
he's been really good lately.
He's straightened it out. Even Andrew Heaney has straightened it out. His first few starts were bad, but he had a great game against the Red Sox and a great game after that, adding to that 13-game win streak. Their bullpen has held up pretty well. Chapman has been getting into trouble late in the games, but he has been keeping them in the game and earning the saves. Very close calls in the 12th game win that they had against the Athletics in their first game of this series that they're in right now. That has been tough to see, but they've been doing it. Jonathan Loaisiga has also been a strong point, as well as Chad Green. So the Yankees bullpen has been keeping in it. Look how big his arms are. Jeez, fucking Louise. Dude is fucking massive.
Yeah, honestly.
He's got to get the control back, though. He has the speed. He just isn't pinpointing the way he used to. Hopefully he can get to that, but he has been doing okay, as I said. And one big thing that has turned around has been their hitting, and it's funny. Before they had Gallo and Rizzo, the Yankees hitting wasn't as hot as it is right now. They added those guys, but everybody has improved. It isn't just like Gallo and Rizzo are keeping.
Yeah, it was a morale thing, dude.
Precisely. And the biggest thing is it does make it harder on the pitchers. So when you have a pitcher, the manager has to think harder and the pitcher has to think harder along with the catcher when you have mixed match in the lineup, when you have righty, lefty, 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 something like that. And that's what has created with Gallo and Rizzo, because those aren't easy outs. Those aren't outs that you can just go up there and put it over the plate and they're going to ground out or fly out. Like if you had no offense, a Brett Gardner or a Tyler Wade in the lineup, they're not daunted by those guys. They're daunted by Rizzo. They're daunted by Gallo because those guys can put it out any point in the stadium. Stanton has been wailing on the ball. It's looking like he still plays in Miami, folks, with an average of 320, a slugging of 880, and 4 home runs in the last 7 days. And he hit a 472-foot homer Friday night. And let's watch that video because it was a bomb shot.
Well, as Giancarlo Stanton strides to the plate, we'll take a look, thanks to StatCast Google Cloud, at his last 8 games, Ken.
Wow. Singles a couple, doubles a couple, 5 home runs, 333 batting average, OPS way up there, 1382, and 9 runs batted in, 9 hits, spreading it all over the ballpark.
There it goes. Don't move. See ya. Oh, what a shot. Wow. A home run for Stanton. That landed somewhere near San Francisco. It's 1-0 Yanks. 472 feet.
Oh, my goodness. That should count for 2 home runs.
Dude.
What a smack.
It was a tank job. That was one of the ones where he hit it, and I was just, well, that's gone. Like, don't even my favorite comment I saw of that, I think, was on Twitter, and someone said, that's one of those nobody moves home runs. Like the outfield is just, well, I don't know what you want me to do about that. So Judge has been wailing on the ball as well with an average of 464 on the week with 3 home runs. Voit has an average this week of 471 with 2 home runs. And when Rizzo was traded to the Yankees, Tyler and I agreed, and a lot of people said Voigt's out of a job. However, Voit said, hold my beer. Let's watch this emotional interview we had.
Just 2 game-winning hits today. Just given, Rizzo's coming back, there's going to be maybe a little bit of a fight for some playing time there. Boone said he's going to take that day by day, but I'm just curious mentally where you're at right now and what you think key is for you to just be really performing your best at the plate kind of through some of that noise.
Yeah, I finally feel like I'm hitting my stride, after, getting a week's worth of games under me. And, I was top 10 MVP last year, and I've been a great player for this organization for the last 3 years. And, I'm not going down. I want to play. Obviously, I know it's going to be tougher with Rizzo, but, I deserve to play just as much as he does. And, I led the league in home runs last year, and I feel really good again. And, obviously, the injury bug is the reason he's here, because of me. But, obviously, I hope Booney can do whatever he can to, try to get me some consistent at-bats.
Damn.
Yeah, he's not ready to go.
Damn.
He is he's basically said, hey, I know you're the new guy here and they bought you for a reason, but this is my position. And I don't intend on leaving anytime soon.
No. And the biggest thing that the Yankees have finally started doing, and their biggest contention is, we want Voit in the lineup, but Stanton DHs. It's like, no, Stanton can fucking play the outfield. And that's what they've been doing.
Right.
In this streak, Stanton's played a lot of outfield. In the game we went to,
thank God, he should play the outfield,
Absolutely.
But it almost feels like that he doesn't want to play the outfield. He wants to be a designated hitter.
No, I don't think Stanton cares. I think their biggest worry is
he's an athlete. He shouldn't care.
Stanton has glass bones. That's their biggest worry.
All right, put him in left.
So he plays. No, he plays a solid right field. Like having Judge in center and Gallo in left is phenomenal. And all 3 of them actually are in the top. I think all 3 of them are in the top 30 of the strongest arms in the outfield. Like Stanton actually is a good outfielder.
Sure, but he I don't know. I think it's silly that we're even having this conversation.
I agree.
Giancarlo Stanton should be in left field. Aaron Judge should be in right field. Center field, there's your mix-up. Put whoever the frick you want in center field, whoever's available for the day. That's where you can rotate your players right now.
Yep.
But those 2 belong in left and right. Rizzo or Voit should be playing first base, or Voit could just hit. No one's going to cry if Voigt's not playing first base.
Precisely.
And Rizzo's a phenom at first base. So that would be as much as Voigt's hitting out of his damn mind right now, to take Rizzo out of the lineup is a mistake.
No, Rizzo's not coming out of the lineup. And like I said, what they've been doing is putting Stanton in right. And if you ask me, it's working and it's genius, because seeing left to right in the outfield, Gallo, Judge, then Stanton. And then on the infield, you have like third base is either, let's just say, Urshela, and then Velasquez the other day, because Velasquez is amazing.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Second base is DJ, and then first base is Rizzo. Behind the plate is Sanchez, and on the mound, let's just say Garrett Cole, and then you have Luke Voit as your DH. That is mortifying. Like, that is a lineup and a half. The defense is stacked, the offense is stacked, and it's a lot of fun to watch. The hitting has been clutch, as I said, with possession of the first wild card slot for the American League and sudden surge from the Yankees. They are easily positioned to actually challenge for first place in the AL East. It'll be a tough race. The Rays have somewhat of an easy stretch to end the season. This is the Yankees stretch here at the end of the season. I would say it's equally as easy. Right now they're in Oakland, then they face the Angels, then the Orioles, then the Blue Jays, then the Mets. I wouldn't say that's a challenge. They have 1 game to make up against the Twins, who they make them their bitch for the last 5 years. They have the Orioles, the Indians, and then the Rangers. again, doesn't seem like it's too hard. The Blue Jays right now are really, really something. They're not even they're done.
Yeah, they're out.
Then the Yankees have the Sox, but I think by that point it won't matter anymore. That series against the Sox and the Blue Jays won't matter. However,
look at
those last 3 games of the season against the Rays, Tyler and I will be at the last game of the season.
Oh, baby.
And we
Can you imagine?
Oh, I hope so. I hope. I actually, no, that's not true. I don't hope so. Either way, whether they have the wild card or the division, I hope I don't have to go to that game with because that's huge. Like, that's huge.
I'm going to show up in all Red Sox gear, like, let's go Rays, baby!
That'd be the worst day to do that. Like, 'cause usually the last game of the season isn't, like, packed because people are just like, who fucking cares? Like, usually it's decided by then. So it's like, whatever. We're just here for fun, which is why I like going to those games. But if that game is like the Yankees and
postseason's on the line,
are tied for first place, like the winner of this game doesn't have to play the wild card. Oh, my gosh, that'd be epic. I'm in it. I'm in for it. So with that being said, folks, baseball is exciting. I mean, it's a weird game, as we always like to say. The Sox look like they were poised to win the division easily. The Padres were in that same position, but now both of those teams are slumping, and teams who nobody thought would do it are there. The Reds are in possession of a wild card slot. What the hell is happening? The Yankees have first possession of the first wild card for the American League and are said to be possible challengers for the division with a month and a half left of the season. What the hell is happening? But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are both members of Clovercrest Media. If you like podcasts and love listening to them and so on, visit clovercrestmedia.com for a wide selection of great shows featuring things like true crime, relationships, politics, real estate, football, whatever else and whatever floats your boat. There are over, I think it wasn't it like 50 something now shows?
Oh, it's wild. I can't even keep count anymore, Noah.
There's a lot of shows, folks, like plus 50 on the CMV.
You'll find something you like.
Yeah, check it out, see what you like, tell all your friends about it, and let us know what you want to see. Join us in the comments. Thank you for joining us here. Courtney today, MVP in the comments. We'll see you next week on Baseball with the Bard. Thank you for joining us, folks.
Time for Baseball with the Bard.